Hey everyone, I'm Krista Novisky. Welcome back to Best Health Positively. So glad you're here. We talk all things health, and I appreciate you listening in. I really, really do. So let's just get into it today. We're talking about protein. I know there's been so much information out there about protein and, more research in recent years. And I've heard from some of you that it's almost overwhelming. So my goal here today is really to simplify things a bit. So you get the important takeaways, why protein is so important, why you need to make sure you're getting enough to meet your body's requirements, and then finally, how to go about doing that. So let's start with some quick basics about protein. Now, as most of you know, protein is one of the essential macronutrients that our bodies need for so many different things. For example, building and repairing muscle and other tissue, producing enzymes that are crucial for those biochemical reactions in our bodies, proper immune system function, strong bones, hair, skin, nails, collagen production, and really overall body function. Protein just plays a crucial role in so many things. And just to review real quick, we consume protein, of course, in the form of foods. And then the food is broken down by our bodies into amino acids that are then used in so many of these different ways throughout the body. And protein can't be stored in the body like fats and carbohydrates can. It cannot be stored. So we need to take in enough protein, or the only other option that our body has is to break down our muscle to meet its protein needs. And I mention this here because many people struggle to meet their basic protein requirements. If we don't get enough protein, our hunger will persist. We just keep feeling hungry, and our bodies are telling us to eat in an effort to get that amount of protein that we need. But the problem is we usually overeat carbs and fats. I mean, think about it. How often do you find yourself overeating on chicken? Not often. It's usually the carbs and fats. Now, I've already talked about the many functions of protein in the body, but I also want to talk about some of the positive things that you'll notice when you're getting the right amount of protein, the amount that your body needs. For example, you'll notice that you feel less hunger, and therefore you'll eat fewer calories overall. You'll feel full longer after eating. And that's because it takes your body more time to digest protein. You'll have a boost in your metabolism because it takes more energy to digest protein. That's called the thermic effect of food. So these are really great benefits that you'll get from meeting your protein requirements, or some that you'll even notice. So that brings us to the next point. How much do we need? That's the big question, right? So I'm going to share what the leading experts in this area recommend. And I'm talking about experts like Dr. Gabriel Lyon, who's an integrative physician, an MD, Dr. Mark Hyman, a functional medicine doctor, J.J. Virgin, who's a renowned nutrition expert, and others, but I'll be sharing their recommendations. Now, I will say, if you have real concerns with this is something you should go ahead and talk to your doctor about. If you have a condition or a specific concern, go ahead and talk to your doctor about your situation in particular. But for today, I'll share that according to these experts, we need somewhere between 0.7 and 1 gram of protein per pound of ideal body weight. So what's that mean? For example, if your ideal body weight is, let's just say 150, you need somewhere between 105 to 150 grams of protein daily that would get you in that range of 0.7 to 1 gram per pound of ideal body weight. So that just gives you a rough idea. You'll have to adjust this and tweak it according to your pattern of eating and your body weight, your ideal body weight. So just to give you an idea of foods and protein amounts, let me just share a couple examples here. For example, a 4-ounce chicken breast is about 35 grams of protein. A 4-ounce salmon is about 26 grams of protein. A 4-ounce piece of beef is about 28 grams of protein. Also, vegetables do have protein, less than animal protein, of course, but a cup of Brussels sprouts or asparagus has around 5 grams of protein. And then, of course, legumes, for example, beans and lentils, which are good sources of protein, have around 15 grams per cup. So that's just, I'd like to give a little context around, protein and amounts and what we're talking about. Again, I'm trying to keep it simple here. So I think we've established how important protein is in our bodies, why we need it, and we've now talked about how much. So now let's talk about a few different ways to boost your protein intake so that you're meeting your protein requirements. As we just discussed a few minutes ago, to get you in that ideal range of 0.7 to 1 gram of protein per pound of ideal body weight. So here are a couple tips. Number 1, eat a protein-rich breakfast. Your body needs and craves protein in the morning to stabilize your blood sugar and to get a boost to your metabolism right away before you get your day started. Now, great protein sources for breakfast are eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, sometimes a protein powder that you can use in a smoothie. Those are all pretty good ideas at breakfast time. Number 2, try using collagen peptides as a protein source. You can add, this is in a powdered form usually, and you can add this to your coffee or another drink. This is something I do and I really like. I add 2 tablespoons of the powdered collagen peptides to my coffee in the morning, and I usually have 2 cups of coffee. So if I add 2 tablespoons per cup of coffee, that's 18 grams of protein that I get right away. Number 3, include convenient protein snacks. So when I say convenient, I'm talking about things that are really easy to incorporate. For example, those single-serve tuna packets. I like keeping those on hand. Yogurt is really easy to take on the go. Nuts, seeds, hard-boiled eggs. I keep almonds in my car as a quick source of protein and a snack when I'm on the go. And then finally, number 4, plan each meal around a main source of protein. For example, maybe eggs at breakfast, and maybe you're having a salad with chicken at lunch, and maybe tuna for dinner, or something like that. So you're choosing a main source of protein to build your meals around. So those are a few easy tips. Now, what do we do next? Where do we go from here? So I have 3 things that I'd like to suggest for what you do next. Number 1, don't guess. Don't do anything yet. Track your protein intake for a couple of days so that you'll have a baseline of where you're currently at. So just take a few days, eat as you normally do, and track that protein and calculate so you can see where you're at. And then also, of course, calculate where you need to be ideally using those numbers I mentioned earlier. Number 2, choose 1 or 2 of the tips I just mentioned to add some protein to your day, and then practice being consistent with that. You can add more gradually until you get to the range that's right for you, but just choose 1 or 2 to start. You know how I am, guys. I always recommend starting something slowly and then building gradually. Don't overwhelm yourselves with this here. And then number 3, pay attention to how you feel. Your blood sugar is going to be more stable with less highs and lows, and that should be less highs and lows with energy too. You should feel full longer with more protein. So I tried to keep this simple. I hope I did. I hope it's been helpful. As I mentioned earlier, if you have health issues or questions about your particular situation or condition, of course, talk to your doctor about this. But I hope you'll really take seriously your body's protein requirements and determine where you're at with this right now so that you can create a plan to make sure you're getting what your body needs. As always, guys, if I can help in any way or even point you in the right direction, please reach out. You can message me through the links in the show notes. You can email me at kristanavisky@gmail.com. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for being here. Take care, and I will see you here again next time.